welcome back to my channel, Beautylicious Vegging. My name is Anna. As you can tell by my background, Ernie and I are out of town for the weekend. We just need to get out of the house. Also, if you hear friends playing in the background, Ernie's holding Coco and watching Friends. It's like our little ritual whenever we're inside a hotel. Friends is always playing, which is great because that's one of my favorite TV shows. So I just thought we'd film a chit chat get ready with me video because it's been really hard to film in my normal setup. Coco has always been an anxious dog, but ever since her injury, she has been a little bit more anxious, and the medication isn't helping. It just doesn't help, or it just makes her even more anxious and like more hyper. So whenever I have tried to film, it's a process because I have to get all my filming equipment out, like the lighting, and it just takes a while, to be honest. I like to straighten up the background, and then when she hears me in the other room, I could hear her crying and just, you know, being anxious. So that's why I've been filming in my car a lot. So until she settles down, that's just kind of what we have to do for now. And then I know I said in a recent video that I was gonna do shorts, but I kind of still feel like I'm putting that pressure on myself to do long form content. But honestly, I think I just need to finally do shorts because I do miss my old setup, and there are some like beauty videos that I want to do. So I thought this would just be a nice change of pace, and I could just chat a little bit more since Coco is perfectly fine in the other room. And by the way, I did prime my face and my lids, and this hotel lighting is absolutely awful. I just look super pale right now, so you'll have to forgive the lighting. But yeah, it's just been a rough couple of weeks. Luckily, Coco is progressing on track. Her cast is off, and you know, she had it off for a little bit, so we felt comfortable bringing her here. It's a super dog-friendly city. Like, she's been inside the mall with us, Target, and you see other dogs there. So that has been nice just to get out of the house, like go to more restaurants, because there's only so many dog-friendly places that we can go to in town. And me, I love getting out of the house, especially when Ernie and I work from home. And we've been like trading off to even go to the gym. So Ernie and I kind of felt like we were doing a lot of things separately, and like we weren't like able to like even talk to each other because we do work from home. So on our breaks, like, okay, can you watch Coco while I do this, this, and this? So we're like trading her off. Or if we want to go to the gym, one of us will go, come back, shower, and then have the next person go. So it takes like 3 hours to go to the gym, or even the grocery store, one of us will go. So we just felt like we needed to get away this weekend. And then with Coco, all of her medication just hasn't been working for her. So it's just like a lot of time and money. So at first, when the injury happened, they gave her gabapentin, and I forgot what the other one was called, but it's like an anti-inflammatory medication, which ironically Marsh had a reaction to, and so did Coco. She had really bad symptoms with that, so we stopped the anti-inflammatory medication. The gabapentin was fine, but Coco didn't like the taste of it, so we tried like mixing it, or like, you know, putting it in her mouth with a syringe, and she would just like twist her head and like move her bad paw. So we're just like, you know what, never mind. Like, and then she has this like really like heartbreaking cry, like it's just loud, and it just honestly like haunts Ernie and us. Like, it's just like an awful cry. So like, okay, like never mind, it's like not worth it. So we couldn't give her that, so I asked for a pill version of the gabapentin. So they gave me that and a stronger dose because I think like 2 or 4 days after injury, like she's already trying to like jump and run and stuff. So they're like, no, she needs to like limit her movement. We need to like have her like sedated at home, because even they noticed like she has a lot of anxiety, and even her primary vet said like, yeah, she needs to like be sedated at home. So they gave us a stronger gabapentin pill version. That gave her like awful symptoms. She was like potting like every few minutes, like literally, or at least trying to. And it was difficult for her to go number 2, and she was like having blood in her stool. So like, okay, we're gonna stop that. And then they gave her trazodone for anxiety. And the trazodone, like the first day, it worked so well, like a little too well. It was like she was in her bed for like 10 or 12 hours, and I just personally didn't like that. Like, yes, it was easier to work and like do things around the house, but I didn't like that. And then the next day it didn't work at all. And then moving forward, it didn't work, and it didn't give her any symptoms. So I just quit giving her that because I'm like, okay, why am I giving her this like medication if it's like not doing anything for her? I'm gonna just do my eyeliner off camera real quick. Got a little bit of eyeliner on my eyelids, so I just had to wipe it off. I feel like my makeup looks a bit crazy right now, and the hotel lighting isn't helping the fact either. So once it dries down, I'm going to fix it. But anywho, I stopped a trazodone for Coco, and she does have to go to the vet weekly for x-rays and get re-bandaged. So during the last visit or two, they said they need to take off the cast because she was losing range and motion in her elbow. So that was 4 weeks earlier than expected, since she was having reactions with half the medication she was given, and the trazodone like wasn't doing anything. And even the vet, during one visit, they said the sedation washed super quickly and they couldn't re-sedate her because she was fighting back, they said. So even they had a hard time sedating her, and they were like talking to her primary vet, which when she had her dental surgery, they also had a hard time sedating her. So I just feel like Coco has never taken like medication aside, like, you know, from flea medicine and heartworm, but I don't even know if you consider that medication. So I just feel like her body is just like not used to it. She just like doesn't react well with it one way or another, just doesn't work, or she has a side effect. So the vet says, so Coco's a 7-pound Pomeranian Chihuahua. She's a Pomchi, so little thing. And she goes, okay, so nothing's working. She's having like side effects with this. You know, I spoke to her primary vet. This is my last resort. I rarely prescribe this, and if this doesn't work, then I'm out of options. And I was like, oh gosh, like what's she gonna give her? It was a tranquilizer, like in a pill form. I was like, oh my gosh. And I did not feel safe giving that to her because they sent me a pamphlet, and one of these side effects were seizures, and she had one before like 2 years ago. And I just didn't want to do that to her. So we were like scared to give it to her. And during the next visit, they asked like how the medication was. And we told them our concerns that we didn't give it to her. And she said the pamphlet was outdated information. And that was a thing in the past, but now it's like less likely to. And that she prescribed a 4th, but we can give her an 8th to start out with. So we just talked to her a bit more, you know, addressed our concerns, because I was like, I'd just rather deal with her hyper than like have anything like horrible happen to her. But, you know, she made us feel more comfortable, and then I did like my own research as well, and it confirmed what she was saying. So I was like, okay, like we'll give it a try. We did give it a try, and it did like help a bit, but then we noticed, so we gave it to her at like 8 in the morning about, and for whatever reason, so I guess it could last for 24 hours, the medication. So give it to her at 8 in the morning, you know, she'd be fine, a little bit more calm, nothing too crazy. And then at nighttime at like 1 in the morning, she'd wake us up, and it was like pouring rain outside these like 3-4 days that this was happening. I know this looks way too dark for me. I swear it's the lighting. Anywho, woke us up. It's like pouring rain outside, and we're taking her out, and my pajamas are soaked, and she goes potty, and we're like, okay. And then, you know, I change my pajamas, we go back to bed. 40 minutes later, she wakes us up again to go potty. Again, it's pouring rain. So I was like, okay, I changed into my wet pajamas. I'm like, I'm not gonna dirty another pair. And then she goes potty again, go back to bed. Like an hour later, she wakes us up again. We're like, oh my gosh, she woke us up like 3 times back to back. And it's pretty hard because, you know, it's hard to go back to sleep, and then she wakes us up, and then we have to go sit in the pouring rain, and it's just, you know, we have to work. And during work, like I only called out once for Coco, so I've been going to work still, even if I'm sleep deprived. It's been peak at work, so it's just been like a lot at once. That literally continues for 3 nights in a row, and I was looking at the pamphlet and doing my own research, and that shouldn't have been a side effect. So I called the vet, and they said the same thing. So I was like, I just feel like there's a correlation. She's had reaction with literally half of her medication, and the one that she is doing well with, she, you know, nothing like affects her, like it's not working. So we just stop it. She doesn't wake us up the next night or the night after. So I was like, okay, it's just not aligning with her body. Like, you know, it's fine. I'll just deal with her hyperness. But it's just been hard, especially like with work, because we do have to answer phones. We have to type, and research, I have to like prepare emails. So it's just like been a lot, and she just wants to be held. And if we don't hold her right away, she'll jump. She's not supposed to jump, but she's jumping. So it's really hard. And we did have her in a crate, but she just like barks up a storm. And again, we're on phones and everything. And when I, try putting her like in the living room, then, she just like freaks out more. So I don't want to do that to her. So that's why it's been hard to crate. Without the cast, Ernie and I just don't feel comfortable putting her in there because Coco's a bit reckless, to be honest. Like, she'll try like jumping out, like she'll like paw at the thing. So I'm just like, we have like a little barricade area, like 3 baby gates, like near my work area, like with her like bed, her food and water. So like that's been good. But when she's like done in there, she'll just like jump, which again, she's not supposed to. So it's just like been a lot of like trial and error, just like trying things out. I swear my makeup does not look like this in person. It looks like absolutely like horrible right now in this lighting, but I'm gonna be vlogging this trip, so you'll see like once I'm out and about, won't look this crazy. And then also too, it's just like really hard to have someone watch her that feels comfortable in her current condition. My parents have been able to, but like the first time she threw up on my mom, and then she ran out of her bed with my dad, and she was like panting the whole time. And we're only gone like an hour and a half to look at houses, and we're trying to look at houses. So, when a house that we like is available to see, I did not pack my concealer. Hold on, I forgot my concealer. Anywho, so once there is a house available that we want to see, we can't just like wait like 4 weeks, it might be gone. So either my parents have to watch her, or we did find a dog sitter that we feel comfortable with. Coco did very well with, but that costs money, and also like she has to be available. So it's just like a lot. Or if it's like last minute, like you need to give like a little bit of heads up to be like respectful and everything. So that's just been like a challenge within itself, but it has been helpful for like things we want to like reschedule, or if Ernie and I just want like a little time to ourselves, that we could go ahead and book them. But Coco's visits are costing a lot. We're trying to save for a house and like rebook some travel in the future. So it's just a lot right now. And then like honestly, like every week, because we are barely leaving the house aside from the gym, the vet visit, and like grocery store. And then sometimes I just need to window shop and get out of the house just for my mental health. So it's like a few $100s on her visit days, just like for her appointment. And since she has to be there for like a few hours, because she has to be sedated and stuff, I'll go to Costco, the grocery store, I'll put gas in my car just because it's easier just to get a couple of things done. So I just feel like I just like overbuy or just like stock up while I can, because it's like really hard to leave the house. Or if Ernie's with me, like we'll grab lunch together. So it's just been tough. And then, when she wakes us up in the middle of the night, we've been sleep deprived. And also she's been even more anxious than usual. Like even here, I went to the restroom when we first got here, and we're like at a restaurant, and apparently she was acting so bad. Like customers were like making comments, and then even the owner was like, oh, do you mind like staying outside with her? So we're just like truly like embarrassed, and I felt like I can't leave. And like I even we were somewhere else, and I went to like throw away our trash, and she started barking at me, like whining. Like she is just like freaking out whenever I like go slightly away from her, and I was only a couple of steps. So that's why it's been hard to film in my normal setup, and I just need to go film in my car. So it's like I just feel stuck, like I don't know what to do. And Ernie and I just can't hold her all day or be at home or just be in like one spot, which I know she feels like most comfortable with, but it's just like not realistic. And 8-9 weeks has been a long time to like kind of put everything like on hold, but we're just taking it like very seriously because we don't want to like backtrack or have her like re-injure herself. So that's why we're like, we just need like a super dog friendly city where she can go everywhere with us. Like we're literally holding her the whole time. We're not even using her sling because I don't know if that will like hurt her arm in any way. So Ernie and I's backs are hurting. I know we sound super old right now. Just like switching her off to get a break. And she's been a little bad at restaurants, to be honest. Like I don't know what's going on. She was really good last night though, and this morning, like she slept very well. Oh, and another thing too, like even at home, she'll like go to the edge of the bed and act like she's gonna jump. I'm like, what are you doing? And then here she started doing that too. I was like, oh my gosh, you crazy girl. So anytime she moved, we like sprung up. So yeah, it's been a lot over here. But yeah, we definitely can't wait till she makes a full recovery. But even then, like Ernie and I don't want to just be like, okay, bye Coco. Like we want to still make sure like she's good, or just, you know, try and like barricade her maybe, because before she was able to free roam, which she's not going to have that luxury anymore, at least not for a while, until we feel comfortable, until we know that she's fully healed. But you know, even like here, she's like walking around on her paw. So she's doing a lot better, but there are times where she'll like have her paw like lifted up, but she'll like dig in her bed and stuff. And when she's done potting, she'll like run over to one of us like to have us pick her up. So she is improving, you know, her x-rays are turning out good and like right on track. So that's all I could hope for. But yes, I definitely can't wait till we kind of like have our old routine again. Like I said, Ernie and I like can't go to the grocery store together. Like it's been like a while, like one of us will go. So we just kind of miss that. And Coco's just not like other dogs where you just put in a crate. Like we could, but you know, don't want to hear it from work or customers complain. So we just do what we have to do. I feel like this video is gonna be like super long, but it's been a while since I've been able to chat, kind of do like a normal video. But today we're gonna go like an hour away from our hotel to another dog-friendly city. We're gonna go to a coffee shop like a minute drive away, and then, you know, drink our coffee on our way there. Hopefully Coco's good at the dog-friendly restaurant, and then they have a couple of dog shops down there. So we're gonna go check that out, maybe get her a treat if she's behaving. We're just gonna do like a little like scenic drive, and then grab dinner and just like chill back at the hotel. And then tomorrow we're gonna do a couple of things and then head back home. Lately, whenever we travel, I use this NYX fat oil because I feel like when I have lipstick, it starts to like fade and get dry, and this is just like easy to like reapply. Also, it does have pretty good pigment. And then for my perfume, I have the Victoria's Secret Very Sexy C. I love the bergamot note. It just smells like so like fresh and clean. Absolutely love it. So I just want to come on and do a little chit chat and get ready with me video. I do miss filming in my old background, but I'm just doing what I can during these few weeks. So please comment down below a full and speedy recovery for Coco. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below. Also, give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to turn on notifications. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday, and I'll see you all in my upcoming videos. Bye, everyone.